Brace yourselves. I need you to round all the enclosures, tasers on full charge. Guess and complain about a lack of amenities. That is not my top priority. Good evening everybody, and welcome back to the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Malta campaign. This is where we left off from the last episode. We moved on from Malta in fact. We also managed to get our hands on a few Majungosauruses, which I put in this enclosure up here. And down here, we have Nasutoceratops and Morus Intrepidus. So, not much going on right now, but I feel like that's going to change because we left off at part of the mission where we build a truck tour. I've decided, looking over the map quickly, this part probably I'll wall it off, maybe split down here, and then we'll divide it into different enclosures as needed. So I went and did two things. Firstly, I fixed that, felt as if I had to. And I also went to the scientists screen, because I noticed we only had the one. I'm thinking I'm going to do what I did, not last episode, episode 1, where I leave the fourth space vacant because this refreshes. If we get a better candidate in the future, we'll have space for them. So we now have this person. I only really need these two because I have to research the tour rides, and that required 3 logistics. I only had 2. We now have 4, so I could just keep these 2. And the way I see it, we don't need more than we have at the moment, so I'll just run things off those 2. Something happens in the future, we get more. 1 minute, 15 seconds. Thinking probably could start building the perimeter fence. As I said, I'll split it into the 3 different segments. I'm thinking probably normal sized, and larger enclosure we can split down the middle if needs be. I also want to go and have a look around down here because there are a couple of things we have to sort out. The backup generators, we have the money and we have the power, we don't need them. We didn't even need to build a substation now because we're not using these. Can't imagine we will for quite a bit because this is where the Mosasauruses are going to be, or whatever we decide to put in there. We never know what's in the exchange. We'll probably get 2 Ichthyosauruses, for all that. Yeah, that's good. Also noticed no amenities. So, putting that when we have the money. We do have money, but I'm thinking we'll put this into the tour, then the amenities later. When we have money for the amenities, we'll put some down around this part, kind of like a main street, like the one you see in Jurassic World. Except, probably not this bit. Probably can't do this bit. You see, I thought for a moment we could put it through the Majungosaurus enclosure. But that Majungosaurus is not a good idea. We could run the road that the trucks go on around the fence. So hopefully they should be able to, still look in and go, Majungosaurus. Also want to keep an eye on the money. It probably will go down, especially because, well, we have 10 minutes to take a picture of something. I think Right. You appear to have broken down. I'll leave you to sort that out. We have dinosaurs eating right now, and see, we have to get the small things out of the way. This is the reality of building a Jurassic World. You're gonna have to put in your tool sheds. Back to this, we've earned back some of the money, so we'll start with the perimeter fence. Maybe wait a minute, then look on the exchange for dinosaurs. If you saw last episode, I just unlocked this map at the end of that episode. There is a vast improvement in terms of the dinosaurs you can get on the exchange now. We were starting off with, Dracorex, Struthiomimus, Silistrosaurus. We did end up getting lucky. Managed to snag a few Ceratosaurus. On this, however, we'll have to wait because these have to be placed down. We get Ceratosaurus, Deinonychus, Troodon, Stegosaurus, and Nasutoceratops. If we refresh the list, because this is where I bought the Majungasaurus off. Well, that is clearly just a Deinonychus. Herrerasaurus, Chasmosaurus, Apatosaurus. What we're going to do? We're going to put the Herrerasaurus in the truck tour, then ask the people on the truck what it was like. Wrong way. See, this is what I always do. I see when, the map border, can't drive past it. I see it running up along the fence, and I think, could I squeeze through it? No, I can't. See, the good thing with not doing a status check is, you know where all the dinosaurs are, because they have little binoculars above them. And this is where I think I put the feeder. Or I didn't. Too many things. No. That is not top priority at the moment. We don't have anything in there. Bye then. Truck tour 1. You see, I was surprised when I found out, the fences, you place them down, then they spawn in one by one. I remember back in the first Evolution game, you didn't have to do that, you just placed them down, they just appeared. You didn't have to wait. Which I must say, it did save me quite a lot when it came to some of the missions, because there was always, the Velociraptors angry, there's a storm, the Carnotauruses are all breaking out, stop them. All I had to do? Just place a ring of fences around them, start breaking out that one, place another ring around them, then another ring just to be safe, even though they would never be able to break out that one before the storm went. What I mean to say is, this game's a lot more challenging than just place a load of onion layers around a dinosaur. So I'm going to place the tour down now, because even if we don't have anything in there at the moment, people are going to feel as if they're ripped off. They could still look through there, see the Majungasaurus, and also they'll see the dinosaurs as we place them down. You couldn't have gone the 1 meter farther. Prefer to have it going this way, so we have the Majungasaurus last. So, at the exchange, what can we get? We could get the Microceratus. See, it takes away Underground Trust, adds 13 Authority Trust, You can see there they put a cap on the authority trust. I don't know if that 13 gets added on after the cap's removed, but it's a bad price, better than the other prices. I don't think we could do with 300 grand after getting that. It also means, because we have one less, we can refresh it. Only 430 for 2 Taurosaurus. First we've got a selection we can pick from of 2 Nodosaurus, one with bad price, one with good price. It gives good underground trust. It really does. But so does this. And that has a much better appeal. It's a bit more expensive, but we'll have the money for that at some point. We can also get 6 Gallimimus. It says it's a bad price, because it is. But in terms of the tour, can't say it's the worst thing. We have our first proper addition to the tour. It's all the way down here. See, if we're having dinosaurs similar to this, if we're having needs kind of like what we see in this part, we probably don't need to worry too much about forest cover. That's fine. We could also, could be an idea, we could move the Nasutoceratops from that enclosure to the park tour. These also have their own likes as well. So, yeah, they're fine with the Ceratopsid. See, they have ground leaf, we have ground leaf. What do they not like? Like Ceratopsids, likes Microceratus. You know, doesn't like those 2 Ceratopsids for whatever reason. But I want to do the park tour. To the exchange we go. Also, this, I think what this does, you can take dinosaurs from the other maps and then move them to this map. Or take them from this map, move them to another map. So I'm thinking if we ever have too many species on this map, or when we get that map at some point, we could just move them to the park tour. We cannot afford it. So we're gonna wait. We can also refresh the list again, but it costs money. So we're just gonna see how they're doing. Oh, we need forest now. Right. We'll give you some woodland back in this part. Unless you want the leaves. I think I said this in a previous episode, especially with this one, I think. This should clearly count as forest. There are Nasutoceratops, our second addition to the park tour. See, our money's crawling back up very slowly. I might have a look round. I don't know if we can get rid of those. Oh, if it helps, we need them now. So, you know, another substation's gonna have to go in this part. See, I remember in Evolution 1 when these were first added, it was a free update. I think it was for, what was it called? Battle of Big Rock. The little short film they did. I remember waking up one morning, the morning the update came out, went downstairs on a telly watching YouTube on it. I saw, I think it was Gaming Beaver or something, Best in Slot, you know, all the Evolution channels. They'd posted something about a Nasutoceratops being added, and I thought, yeah, what is this, a DLC for one dinosaur? Pfft. Clicked on it, said it was a free update. Sprinted to the computer. There was a certain charm to Evolution 1, I'd say. It's as good a time as any to bring this up because we're practically on the eve of Evolution 3's release. There's something about Evolution 1, I like revisiting it every so often. There's something about it. I don't know if it's just the, oh yes, this is where it all started, you know, this is what used to play all the time. I don't know if it's just that getting at me, but there's something about Evolution 1 that just drags me back to it, even though I have no reason to play it anymore. Big part of that, right? They have the 5 death maps. Don't get them in this game aside from Sauna. That's, of course you're gonna get that. You also get Nublar. No, that's not part of the 5 deaths, but it's just there with them. It's like the moon to their planet. Yeah, I kind of miss them, you know. I know a big part of why they aren't in this game is probably because of, you know, variety. Instead of just tropical island, tropical island, tropical island, tropical island. You know, another tropical island. I said I had an Evolution 3 video planned. I have had to postpone my video work on that because it was just proven difficult to actually find stuff to talk about. Somehow. But I plan to have a whole part of it just saying we might want to have the 5 deaths back. I think part of it's probably because the campaign in that one really felt like a proper build a Jurassic World experience, because that's basically what this whole series is built on. Yes, you're building a Jurassic World. Yeah, obviously in this one we are building a park. Like the base game campaigns, you don't do any of that at all. Oh, there's a storm. Brace yourselves. I need all of you 2 dinosaur park rangers. I need you to round all the enclosures with your guns loaded in case anything goes wrong. I need tasers on full charge. We might have a couple dinosaur breakouts. You know, at least they're leaving the fence alone. Guess I'm complaining about a lack of amenities. That is not my top priority. And this is everyone's favourite part of the show. Welcome to fiddling around with amenities. We'll be back shortly. So I just went and added a few more amenities, made sure the coverage was alright for basically everything, like shelter, restroom coverage as well. Also managed to finish that contract, took pictures of the other dinosaurs as well. And we have enough money, and then some, for the Ichthyosaurus. Again, I'm always saying this. I'm so happy that Evolution 3 puts them in, like, trailers or something, and then lifts them on the helicopter. I'm surprised none of these things aren't dead upon landing in the water.
At least these animals are restricted to the water, aren't they?
Just stay on land and you'll be fine.
And we have use for you lot now. Enjoy your substations. What are we doing? Make sure your dinosaurs have an average comfort rating of 90%. Increase rating to 2 stars, we're not even halfway there. And maintain guest comfort, which we have not. You see the way that one was being thrown about? Let's have a look at you. They don't need that much forest, it's probably taken away their sand, to be honest. hopefully. Right. We need more welfare, which we need another scientist for. The issue is we do need that scientist money because they're gonna die. And our guest comfort is dropping because, tell me why. Accommodation. Oh, we need a hotel. The only issue being we A, don't have space for one, and B, money. I would like to put something by the time the episode's finished in. I'd say that one we can leave this one because this is the big one. Might as well build another shelter. Pretty sure in Evolution 1 they used to go for like 250 grand. I don't know if I'm making it up though. Hooray. See? We're doing a alright job. Photograph your dinosaurs. 400,000 plus 80,000, 480,000, nearly 500,000. Can also do this, but I'm not too confident about the time. And that one, I'm pretty sure every time I pick that, they purposely make it so that diseases are more likely to happen. Yeah, we're going with this. What do we need to do? 3 different species at once. What's the closest we can get these to the Majongosaurus? We could possibly quickly recruit a new scientist. How much are you? No. We need 2 more. It's either that or we can get a staff building and train them. Speaking of money, I just have to train both their welfares up by 1. It only costs 100,000 for the both of them. So now to enclosures. 500,000. Let's quickly go to the exchange. Plesiosaurus now. I turn to the Nodosaurus. Unreliable information. I don't know whether I'll be disappointed or very, very happy if it's a T-Rex, but we go with it. Very sorry, random people going about their day. It just feels nicer to ride on the path. Also, I get to do that. And it shakes loose all of the bags and boxes we have tied to the top of it like we're going on holiday. One, 2, 3, plus the 54. How are you? How are you? Yeah, welcome to your new home. Yeah, just move over there. You'll be good. Now, we have not got any time to lose at all. The enclosures and what is it we want? That's land-based. We need the. Oh, wait. I didn't even need the extra welfare points. I was looking at the wrong one. And I only needed 200,000. Whoever gets the money up, right? And I only needed you. These things happen, you know? Get away from there. Infected food source. They 100% set that up as I was deciding between the picture contract and the disease contract. They were like, oh yeah, he might give the disease one a chance. We'll just, you know, the virus from last episode. We'll sprinkle some of that in the meat. Yeah, you'll never know. He's too busy, going about? Trying to get things ready for something he didn't even need. Marine fish feeder. Average rating of 90%. Guest comfort is still bad, but we can do with that. We've got our new dinosaur though. That's nice, isn't it? Of course, it does say Nodosaurus too, which confuses me. Because I don't think we had a Nodosaurus on this map. No, we didn't. Did it die? Was that the meat in that feeder? Anyway, I, in my impressive stupidity, managed to save this park from going bankrupt. So now, over to you, Dinosaur Exchange. Oh, it's really, really tempting. Bad price, but I'll make that back within 2 minutes. We're going with the Parasaurolophus. I think they'll fit right at home in this little part. Actually, no, this one. This can be like where all the sauropods and hadrosaurs live. This can be like Ceratopsy and Ankylosaurid and Stegosaurids. Anything else we have like Pachycephalosaurs and just kind of be sprinkled around where we need them. See, they want us to put a shelter where it's really hard to. All we need to do now is accommodation. And that is something we can do. We also have the Parasaurolophus, and I would very much like to get them in the park before the end of this episode. We gotta at least make some progress in the mission. This will lose us a bit of that money. It'll be worth it though. I'm gonna go about assigning it to everything. Even though there's no disease outbreak, just in case, you know, in the future one comes along. Maybe it'll let me know sooner. Yeah, you kind of have contaminated meat in your Moros Intrepidus pen. Also, 2 stars and guest comfort. See that? Guest comfort. All the way up there it is. I suppose it's for the... Oh yeah, around this part. They wanted a shelter, didn't they? %. Building that is going to go up to 89%. Oh, 90. You know what? But before we go back to Malta, that can be for next episode. We're going to place down our Parasaurolophus. We're going to make sure they're safe. And we're going to leave it there for tonight's episode. And some point soon, we'll be heading back to Malta.
Without trust, our bond becomes frayed. There's no room in my circle for people I cannot rely on.
It went down by 1 point. Don't be so dramatic. And that's it for tonight's video. Hope you enjoyed tonight's video. If you did, I've got 2 other episodes before this one if this is your first time watching them. And there'll be more to come, so you might want to stick around for them. See ya.